that motion box causing that? Wow, it is motion box. Well, let's go without music for the next portion of the video. Alright. Having that light issue again that I had last time too. There we go. Alright, so how do I want to debug this? I think I need to see each stage one at a time. It generating this, so I just want one output, wave 2D generate output. Then down here there's the debugging thing. Uh-oh. If it's just failing on the first one, then that's odd, isn't it? It shouldn't fail right away. I guess the first one was failing. But why is it failing so soon? Let's open the debugging system. You know what, I'd like to double check that it's actually pulling the samples out correctly. So I'm going to walk through it pulling out all the samples first, and then if I don't see any issues there, we'll see if it's just a probability thing going bad. Alright, so oh. Well, there's problem number uno. Oh, nope, that's not a problem. Okay, so that would suggest the top left corner is 1111. Is that true? Yes, it is. So I have no objections from anything that's happened so far. And we should exit that right away. Is it a repeat pattern? No. So the current sample count becomes a 1. The current sample, we move ahead 4. Perfect. So I'd love to look at sample memory. Let's look at the first 20. Alright, so we have the first one is 1, 1, 1, 1. Good. Current count looks at a 1, and we move forward to the next one. Alright. Now, we come around here, we write out a 1, we write out a 1, we write out a 1, and a 1. Perfect. Is this a repeat pattern? Repeat index? Let's find out. We read the first previous sample. We say this is a repeat pattern. We look at A putter, B putter. Prev sample, current sample. I'm questioning whether I have to copy it into a scratch buffer. I only need counts in the scratch buffer, actually, don't I? I guess I'll be glad that I have it copied over later when I do other stuff. Yeah. Okay, we're good. We're going to leave it the way it is. Alright, perfect. Is it a repeat pattern? Yes. Breakout. There we go. Repeat index equals 0. And so use count there becomes 2. We do not advance forward either of those things, and so we go into the next one. 1, 1. Next should be 0. Perfect. And then 1 on the next line. And then 0. Perfect. So 1, 0, 1, 0. It's like size of alphabet to the n squared. Alright, so sample memory, blah blah blah. Is it a repeat pattern? A putter, B putter. A put, B putter. A putter, B putter. A putter and B putter never increment. Who wrote this code? This doesn't even make any sense. It's not going to do anything. Just sit and iterate on the first byte. What as good as that to anybody? There we go. Eventually we should hit that when we have a 1 and a 0, at which point it's 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0. Okay, we're right where we left off, except now the bug is fixed. We break out of there. Is it a repeat pattern? No. We go to the next one. There is no next one. And so we put it in. Perfect. Let's go ahead and see if that bug fix fixes the behavior altogether. Okay, I don't know what it's doing. We're going to go ahead and stop it. And then what we're going to do is say we are no longer debugging. I want to see the result. Actually, I think I just need to, it's if defined, let's do and debugging equals 1. Ah! Uh-huh. Alright, so that looks wrong. There must be some bad samples getting in there or something, because it shouldn't have any kitty corners, it shouldn't have any dead ends. There's no oh, you know what? These are 2x2 samples, so those are probably totally allowed, actually. Well, I don't know about kitty corners, though. Yeah, there shouldn't be any way for there to be kitty corners. So there's still something wrong with this sample set. So what I'd like to do is I'll add a new debug thing that just prints out all the samples once it's done processing them, right? So we can just do if defined debugging and debugging equals 1, and debugging equals 1, wave 2D print samples. Hey there, that your fan. Welcome to the stream. Alright, so I want to print out all the samples that I have. And in order to do, I need to see on this side. Wave 2D sample putter is going to go ahead and equal samples.samples. Wave 2D sample end putter is going to go ahead and equal that plus samples dot sample count. Whoops. Might go ahead and unbind that sometime soon. While sample putter is less than end putter, we're going to plus the sample putter. And for each of them samples, what we're going to do is we're going to say, look, for uint32 y equals 0, y is less than samples.h plus y, y with x dot h with dot width printf percent u sample putter data I sample putter weight sample putter data and then we just need uint32i equals 0 plus I this should only be defined if defined debugging and where is it? Oh, passed it. There it is. And debugging equals 1 and if. That, my friends, is the cyclic key clipboard in action. Yes. Debugging. So debugging to 2. Debugging. Alright, let's take a look at all these samples. Huh, there is a kitty corner one right here, for instance. And right there. And they're identical. They should have been merged together. So if that was not a bug, that would be impossible. So that must be a bug. Okay, so 27 of those, that looks about right. 10 of those, 11 of those. Okay. Let's see. 5 of those, 14 of those. There's gotta be some, 13 of those. It's claiming that it found 3, 4 kitty corners and it didn't know to merge them, which is odd. Also, the bend right there, is that the only bend right there like that it knows, really? Because it sees 3 bends like that, 1 bend like that, 1 bend like that, a bend like that, bend like that. So yeah, the only thing it duplicated was the kitty corners, and the kitty corners shouldn't exist. So that looks like a bug. Time to keep investigating. So, we come in here, and basically what I want to do is at each step, let's look at the current sample. I want the current sample is a 4-block piece. I want to zoop 1 1 1 1. And once that's done, I'd love to know use count. It's something like 3, 4, 12, 13, 16 will probably cover all of them, if I'm counting correctly. I think 13 is the number actually, but there's a couple extras that are bugs, so I'm going to just pad it out so we catch however many there happen to be. And we'll put, we'll watch that. So there's a 1 there. And I would like to keep a look at the value of current count minus use count. Okay, so 1 is now used. Still just 1 used, but now we have 1 0 1 0. That shows up right there. That 1 0 1 0 is a vertical line like this. 0 1 0 1 is also a vertical line like this, but inverted. 1 1 1 1 goes there. 1 1 1 goes there. Goes there. Goes there. Goes there. 1 1 1 0 is a line on the top. 1 there, and then a 0. That should be a new one. We should see this go to 4 and this go to 1. Good. 1 1 0 0 is a horizontal line. That should go here. 1 1 0 0 should go here again. 1 0 0 0 0 I believe is new. 0 0 0 I mean is new. That should go there. 0 1 0 0 goes there. 1 1 0 0 I think that goes here. Here again. 1 1 0 1 will go down here. 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 0 I think is this one. 1 0 0 1. There's a kitty corner. Now where does it think it found a kitty corner? Y equals 1, x equals 9. Y equals 1. Ah, the wrapping. I didn't do the wrapping correctly. That's true. Alright, so how do I want to do that? If I took the size of my image and multiplied by 4, I could make a sample map that's always right. I could squeeze that down by the size of the sample window so that I always have, I take the width and the height, I add in the sample window and the window height and the window width, or the window height and the window width, and then do the wrapping right there in memory so that I don't have to do any modulo stuff. But that I do have to copy that whole image once. That seems better than constantly doing divides throughout the whole loop. So I'm going to say that let's go with that. which means the scratch size needs to increase. In the case of wrap, right? If it's going to be wrapped, I guess I'll go ahead and add that in then up here. Width plus window width minus 1 times height plus window height minus 1. So what that does is window width plus window height tells me is one more than what I need, because if I have a window, like if I have a width of 10 for instance and my sample size is 2, I need to hang over by 1, not by 2, right? If I have a window size of 1, then I actually don't need any hangover, but that would also be a dumb wave function. But if I have a window size of 2, which is what I have, I need a hangover of 1 to get the right result. Alright? And when I come down here, what I'm going to add in is uint 32t wrapped image equals sample memory plus sample memory plus what? Sample memory plus all of this. And the next one down would be I guess I want like params dot wrapped image size. Alright, that seems good. So I guess I want to up here do that, and then here, if wrapped image size is greater than 0, then what we'll do is for blah and blah, uint32y equals 0, y is less than params dot wrapped height plus plus y, blah, y is x, underscore h is width. Oh, is underscore width? Sorry. And uint32yy equals y modulo params dot actual width x xx, and then wrapped image I, because this I can just do as such, is going to be the original image xx plus yy times params width. Else what I'll do is just say wrapped image equals the image, right? And then down here, we'll just use the wrapped image. Wrapped height or better yet, we'll do this the other way around. I never thought of this before, but we could do this like this. Wrapped image. Wrapped height. Wrapped image height. Wrapped image width. Still using kitty corners and dead ends, which we shouldn't be doing. There's a kitty corner there, but it has a weight of 0. How come it's got a weight of 0? And if it exists at all, it should have a weight of 1. Very strange. Okay, so someone, somewhere, is screwing something up. But whom? Wrapped image size equals wrapped image width times wrapped image height 4 times the wrapped image size. So it seems to me like somehow the count. Oh, I'm not getting the used count correctly. Right. Result equals there we go. Hey. Still getting kitty corners. Darn it. Now what's going on? Weight of 13, weight of 4, weight of 3, 4, 2, 2. Man, I still think there's a kitty corner weight of 9. Alright, well, that's the third one in, so we'll be able to see it very early if we walk through. Okay, so far I have 1, 2, 3. Here's a kitty corner. So where did you get this kitty corner? Y equals 0, x equals 3. That doesn't actually exist, right? X equals 3. That should be 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. I see. I see. The problem here is that the window width is not the width here is not the right stride anymore. So I need params.w. Yeah. Okay. So ha! Well, it still has dead ends, which doesn't... Oh, wait, that makes sense because... yeah, because it's not a... It's a 2x2 window, so the dead ends actually are possible. But... it does look correct now. It's only moving in straight lines. It invented the concept of T's based on like these like T junctions that didn't exist, like this shape here, this shape here. That wasn't actually in the sample input at all. This shape here. But let's see if I can up it to a 3x3 window and have it keep working now. Because that would be the cool part about this, is if I have the system that can extract these from a big image, then I don't have to manually make my 3x3 versions anymore. I can just all at once automatically create the 3x3 from that. And that actually, although it increases the amount of memory, it doesn't increase the number of samples that actually are possible at max, right? Which is kind of neat. Now let's see about that. Uh-oh, that led to failed. Huh? Wonder why that led to failed. Maybe my algorithm doesn't work on 3x3s yet, which is why I kind of wanted to get to a point where I had a 3x3. I haven't never seen it work on 3x3 before, except on very simple examples, but I haven't been able to extract 3x3s before from more rich inputs. Let me first just see if I did something simpler, if it would begin to work. Okay. So this thing here, maybe doesn't it like the fact that I have that. So let's try that. Aha! So that did work. But it didn't like it when I added bends in it for some reason. It didn't like it when I had something like this. Ah, that time it worked. Ah, neato. Neato. It's interesting how it doesn't end up making any vertical Oh, those all have to be 3 by 3 because they'll have to be bends of length 3. Interesting. So let's say I make this one deeper so that it's longer than the window. There it fails. That's surprising to me. I'm not sure why it should fail on that. Uh-oh, that led to a fail. That's no good. I don't get why it's so opposed to this version. I mean, the only difference is that sometimes it should be allowed to make lines that aren't totally vertical. I guess if it starts making a line, it doesn't have an example of ending at a T, I guess. Well, yeah, it does right there. It doesn't have an example of a T on the other side, is maybe the issue. Like if I had that there and then this here. That's neat. Neato. Alright, so I think that's what I'm going to be satisfied with that for today. I'm just going to spend the rest of the time playing. I've got another 15 minutes before we hit 2 hours of streaming today, so I'm going to play with this. I'm going to say, what if we have such a thing as a 2? Now once in a while a 2 shows up in the middle of a corridor, which is cool. What if a 2 is always sort of buried in the wall a little bit like that? It's always going to be to the south of a corridor now. Yeah, look at that. Right there, right there, right there. quite cool. Alright, what if it's literally buried inside of that section? Like that. There's one right there, one right there. Looks like those are the only two. Interesting. Right now it only has examples of zeros going all the way out to the edges on those two. Maybe what I should do is give it an example of corners like that, and examples of corners like that, and see what happens. Oh, that allows dead ends, doesn't it? On the horizontal direction, which is not necessarily awesome. Suppose I put it right here. No idea where it's getting this. Oh, that could be that and then that. I see. Uh-oh, that led to a fail, huh? That's so weird. I don't get why that happens so frequently. The people who made this said it didn't happen very frequently for them, but seems to happen about half the things I try. I feel like there's some kind of, I gotta get the knack for which things lead to fails and which things don't still. Yeah, what I'd like to do, debugging, is go up here and look at debugging 1 for a moment, because that might give me an idea of, you know, I never got the debugging equals 1 thing to really work out the way I wanted to. I'm going to make a different version of this that's debugging equals 3 maybe. That needs to be a little bit fancier. So, the idea is going to be, don't print anything out yet. Instead, we're going to make a map by mallocing and we're going to memset the map to, I don't know, OXFF to begin with. And then whenever I find that a cell is finished, I want to, let's see, get the cell. T, there we go, so that's how I get the T, and then I need to figure out given the t, that tells me which sample it's from, right? Um, so I need to get the correct sample. How do I get the sample? There it is. Samples t.data. And then I do for. It's just going to be a for loop like this, I guess. X, 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 X. And the height is going to be samples width and samples height. Check each of those, and then finally onto the map. I'm gonna need uint32xx plus x. Map x plus y times the width of the map equals, and then I need sample x plus y times the sample width. Get the value, store that in v. If v equals oxffffff, we'll do that. Else, we'll do this. Go to the new line, and then go to the new line after that. Oh, and that's right, I should free that. Thanks for the good call. Free the map. Free the map, 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 free the map. Alright, so standard IO. Please get standard lib in there as well. Uh-oh. Let's go track that down. I need to take the modulos. Not sure what that right there is all about. What? Shouldn't be anything like that happening. Alright. Give me a quick look. Now it's totally unclear to me why it's failing. Although it does seem to be making a fairly strange set of moves prior to that anyway. Is this really what the map looks like? Let's take a look at going back to 2x2 real quick. I want to see if the map that it shows me during debug actually matches the map that it's outputting. After this, I think we'll be done for today, and next time I'll maybe finish debugging whatever this is, if it's actually a bug, and I want to try to start timing this stuff and speeding it up. Although I do have one other neat thing I might do first. It's hard to decide. I really want to do SSE, so I think I'm going to do that next time. I really want to do some SIMD programming on this thing. Okay, yeah, so the map it's showing there does not match the map that it's actually making. It closely resembles it in the top left corner, maybe, but, oh wait, no. Yes, okay, so that there matches that there, but this even is wrong in comparison to that, and that's just all zeros, which is weird and wrong. So something's wrong with my map rendering thing. If the cell is finished, x plus y times width, then I get the coefficients for that cell. I find out what t it is. I get the sample. That must be right. Xx plus x modulo width tells me where in the map this belongs, and this tells me where in the sample it comes from. But it certainly seems like after the first few things it puts down, it's must not be putting down the right stuff anymore. Sample xx plus x plus yy plus y times. Oh, that is wrong. That should be xxyy. Man, this is taking a while. I hoped it would be full before I hit the top of my range, but it did not work out. Alright, I'm going to see if that matches. Ah, yes it does. Okay, so now the map rendering thingy is good. And so I can actually create the step-by-step process of creating the map. There's the last question mark right there. And the last 4 question marks are right there. And the last 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 12. See how far up does this go? And it only shows filling in that last bar there, huh? Alright. Well, technically, I'm going to do one last thing. Now that I got that working, I want to at least see what it looks like on the 3x3, but if there's a bug, I won't fix it. If it doesn't look like there's a bug, I won't do anything else. I'm just going to run this 3x3 thing again with the fixed mapping debugger, and then we'll be done for today. So I'd really like to be able to pause it like right here and take a look at what's going on. Man, that's neat. So it's already filled in some regions, made a full path there, making one there. It looks like it's down here. Working on deciding what to do with the rest of that. So this is what it had made when it decided it had failed, that it had hit a contradiction that it couldn't overcome. Interesting. Well, next time what I'll do is I'll investigate this and make sure that's not a bug, and then I'll probably try to start optimizing things, start speeding it up, maybe get to the SIMD intrinsics next time, but definitely try to find ways to speed it up. Maybe see if I can multi-thread it too, make it just a full-on. I wonder if I could run it on the GPU. Maybe we'll do that at some point. Try to make an OpenGL implementation of this through a GLSL shader or something like that. Not sure how much of that I can do and whatnot, but it'll be interesting to play with it and see. Alright, well, thank you everybody for joining me today. I will be back again. Yeah, I'll be back again next. Wait. Next week's the day before Thanksgiving. I might not have internet access. I'll be back in 2 weeks to continue working on this. Speed it up a little bit. See you then. Bye-bye.